Hi everyone, I'm back with the Facebook yoga videos. I got off track for a little while, but now that we're spending a lot more time at home, I will do my best to bring you a new video at least once a week, but hopefully more than that. I'll take these videos and put them on my YouTube channel as well so that they're easy to find and you have a variety of short little practices you can do when you need them. So for today, I'm just going to do a short, kind of stretchy, deep breath, really luxurious practice. And I want to encourage you to really bring that sense of ease into it. So think of it not as a practice where you're trying to, force yourself into a pose or go more deeply into the pose. Right now, what we all need is something to ground us and calm us and just bring a sense of peace and relaxation. And you won't find that by trying to force yourself into something. So what I want you to do is just think of breathing deeply all the way down to your belly and finding a sense of ease in every pose. And I will guide you through that as we go. If you have yoga blocks, grab your yoga blocks and a blanket too. I'm sitting on a folded blanket here. You can also use a towel. If you don't have blocks, you can grab books. Just stack up books and you can use those for blocks. So we're going to start just by sitting. You can be cross-legged or you can have your legs straight out in front of you. Bring your hands to your thighs. Let your eyes close. And then just take a few deep breaths. See if you can slow your breath down. And then on an exhale, let your eyes open. As you inhale, just float your arms up, shoulder width apart. As you exhale, twist to the right, bringing your hands to either side of that right leg. On an inhale, come back to the center, bring your arms up again, and then as you exhale, twist to the left. And then release back to the center. Coming into Janu Shirshasana, straighten your left leg, keep your right leg bent. I like to do a lot of these poses with blocks because it allows me to just kind of ease my way in, and it keeps you from sinking forward and dropping your shoulders. But feel free to just take your hands to either side of that leg instead. You don't have to use blocks. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, begin to tilt forward any amount. Again, we're trying to find the sense of ease in these poses rather than grabbing the foot and trying to yank yourself into it. So just take your time. Feel the muscle at the back of that left leg, through the calves, through the hamstrings. And if it feels like it starts to soften, then you can see if you can sink a little more deeply on the exhale. Find a place where it feels like a nice stretch. If it starts to feel like the muscles contracting or fighting against you, just come up a little bit and let it release. And then on an inhale, slowly make your way back up again. And then straighten that right leg. Bend the left. If you're using blocks, bring them back up to the high end of the block if you've lowered them. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, tilt forward any amount. Again, taking your time, you might be tighter on one side than the other. Check in with your breath. Make sure you're still taking deep, even breaths all the way down to the low belly. And then if it starts to feel as though the muscle at the back of the leg is softening and you can go a little more deeply into the pose, do that on the exhale so it feels like a release rather than a forced stretch. Inhale, make your way back up, and then take that left knee up toward the ceiling, standing the foot on the ground. Inhale your right arm out to the side, lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, twist, let that right sit bone slide forward a little bit so you're not twisting through the sacrum. And then bring your left hand to the ground behind you. On an exhale, release back to the center. Straighten that left leg. And then bend the right leg, sole of the foot on the ground. Inhale your left arm out to the side. Exhale, wrap around, twist. Let that left sit bone slide forward just a little bit. And then the right hand can come to the ground behind you. And exhale, come back to the center. Straighten that left leg out so you're back in Dandasana staff pose. And then really feel those sit bones sinking down into the ground. Coming back to your breath. And from here, coming into Upavishta Konasana, take your legs out to the side. And here too, you have the option of using blocks if you like. If you're using the blocks, they come right in front of you. Start them on the high end. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale, folding forward. If you have blocks, you can bring your forearms onto the blocks if they reach. And then lengthen through your spine, engage your quads, the tops of the thighs to straighten those legs. Don't engage so much that the heels come up off the ground, especially if you're hyperextended. And if you feel like things are letting go a little bit and you're ready to move more deeply into the pose, do so on the exhale. And then on an inhalation, make your way back up again. If you have blocks, just place them off to the side, off of your mat. And then reach to the outside of your legs, bring them in, slide them out straight, and then just rock them from side to side. You can shake them out a little bit if that feels good. And then make your way back down onto your back. Drawing your knees in toward your chest for Apanasana. Place your palms on your kneecaps with your fingers facing forward. And then as you inhale, let your knees drop away from you until your arms are straight. As you exhale, bring your knees back in toward you. And it's a very gentle motion. You're not trying to pull your knees as close as you can. Your arms are just kind of going along for the ride with the palms resting on the kneecaps. And then after your next exhale, release your knees, lower your feet to the ground. And then slide your legs out straight. Stretch your arms over your head and stretch your arms and legs away from each other. And then lower your arms down by your side. Coming into Shavasana, you can support here however you like. Sometimes it's nice to put a rolled blanket under your knees. Cover up if you're cold. And then just let yourself settle into the ground so that you sink more deeply with every exhalation. And I'll leave you here so you can stay as long as you like. Come out whenever you're ready.